Thanks for being with me for day 18 of our Beer and a Take on our Advent calendar. I'll be drinking Sam Adams Reunion IPA, Holiday Hoppiness is what it's called, and it's 6% alcohol in this bottle right here. An IPA usually is very hoppy. My brother Dave loves them. We'll see what Sam Adams has to offer this holiday season with this bottle full of cheer. Oh, that's an IPA for certain, but I will say that as far as IPAs are concerned, it doesn't have as strong of a hops taste to it as one might expect from an IPA, but definitely a little crushable. It's light, but my take is going to be on the NIL. For those of you who watch college football, NIL is the likeness rights that players can now get paid for playing college football, which might bring about something like NCAA football, bringing that back into our lives, which was a great game simulation that much akin to Madden by EA Sports. But let's talk about some of the negative things that the NIL will bring and what I'm concerned of. And we've just seen it just now with Travis Hunter leaving his commitment to Florida State University in order to play football at Jackson State, a historically black college. Which is not a bad thing for him if he wants to get his education there, and it's not a bad thing for historically black colleges and universities. It might be a bad thing, however, because it may inspire other people who are former graduates of these colleges to pay players for likeness rights, but really they're just bribing the kid to go to that school. And in all truth, it should be a situation where the player is going to that school because he feels that it is A, the best situation for him as a player, but also B, as a student. We really have to start considering how many of these players will play sports professionally. And a vast majority of them will not. I mean, how many guys from the University of Texas over the last 20 years have really crushed it in the NFL? And is it to the point where you're going to the school simply because of the name, or are you trying to really further your life, further your education, and become something valuable beyond sports? It's far too sad to hear stories like Maurice Clarett, where, you know, an amazing talent with no head on his shoulders, and it ends very, very sadly. In his case, he did jail. He didn't die, but I mean, he ended up going to jail because he was not interested in being a student. He wanted to be an athlete, and that's all. You know, I think that personally, I feel like for those students that do want to be athletes professionally, I think there should be a special curriculum for them where they take speech 101, because far too many of these athletes get in front of a camera and their English is absolutely horrid. And I can't imagine, as somebody who is mildly educated, that these guys went to college and passed, which to me kills the credibility of the college. But obviously the NIL is good for these guys. They are bringing millions of dollars to some of these universities, and they do deserve to have something for themselves. But I also think that it decreases the value of the free education that they're getting that millions of Americans would kill for. We just can't run with a football. But I'm going to give this one, I'm not a big fan of IPAs. I'm going to give it 2.5 flights, or 2.5 out of a 4 flight. It's good, but you know, I'm not an IPA person, but it's good for what it is, and definitely something you could drink and without any problems. It doesn't have this overwhelming hoppiness that most IPAs does. It's there, you could taste it, but it definitely is crushable, as TJ would say. And that was my take, and this is my beer. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year.